Hello, Professor Jane and Professor Inish. Our group decided to talk about the theme 7.2 Buy from our students' book, more specifically about our perspective of shopping/consumerism during quarantine and comparing the different types of buyers. When talking about consumerism during quarantine, the perspective that our group had was that we were spending more money instead of saving money because we weren't able to go to restaurants, for example, or to shopping centers. But we were actually spending more money buying unnecessary things online just because we were bored. Now, regarding the types of buyers, we choose to talk about four types of buyers, such as the bargain hunter, the negotiator, the brand loyalist, and the practical shopper. I will start talking about the bargain hunter type of buyer. A bargain hunter is a person who looks for a place to buy something at a price that is cheaper than usual. These types of buyers have big amounts of coupons, deals, online codes, and reward card credits. They go straight to the sales racks in stores or to the clearance section of e-commerce websites. They are also an expert in getting the best deals, and they can always buy things at incredibly low prices. There used to be a TV show on TLC named Extreme Couponing. This was a show about shoppers who made extensive and focused use of coupons to save money while accumulating large quantities of goods. And for me, it was amazing how sometimes, because of all the coupons that they had, they would buy the goods for a small quantity of money or even for free. In my opinion, these types of buyers are very smart because they can save a lot of money with what they do, and they spend also a lot of their time looking for good coupons. Now I will pass my word to my colleague.
Negotiators are kinds of buyers that are always seeking out for the best deal. They are always trying to get a better price and making the seller lower it. They often point out flaws on the product, like random flaws that it might have, like scratches or something, to get a bargain. Even though the price of something might already be a good deal, they have the urge to keep trying to get a lower price. We have probably seen these kinds of buyers all around, but they are prevalent in garage sales and online when we put something up for sale. Places that they won't usually haggle are grocery stores and malls, mostly because they are owned by large companies or corporations. But when someone is the sole owner of something, they try and push their luck. We often see this happen a lot with people trying to sell their stuff online or on the street, with tattoo artists and normal artists. We see this happening a lot with artists because people don't value their work. Almost every one of us who has already tried to sell stuff online have already been offered a price much lower than we were originally asking for. People don't value it. This doesn't mean that people are necessarily poor or cheap, but they just like trying to get everything for a good price. Most people won't haggle much because they might find it a fair price, and people that hate being haggled with a lot are tattoo artists, mostly because they know how to value their art, and people try to undervalue their work because tattoo artists know what they're capable of and the hard work they have to make something happen to make their art. Negotiators are, in a way, kind of like bargain hunters, but in my view, bargain hunters don't necessarily haggle prices most of the time. They just try and find cheap prices, but negotiators try and get something good and lower its price.
My type of shopper is known as a brand loyalist. This type of shopper can be found camped outside their favorite brand store just because they feel obliged to be loyal to that brand when they release a new product. The correct definition of brand loyalty is when the customer continuously buys one brand's product over another. These customers will continue to buy products from a brand that built a trusting relationship with them. The AMA organization has done a study that shows there are two types of loyal customers that are driven by 5 factors. 1. Dependability, 2. Emotional connection, 3. Superiority, and 4. Social media presence. These brands need to demonstrate consistency in the minds of the customer. These kind of shoppers will normally have a good range of products that are from their favorite brands. For an example, if they are loyal to the Apple Store, they will normally have an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod, and even an Apple Watch. They may not buy the most updated iPhone, but they will always be present and give reviews on the brand's new products. You know when you're a brand loyalist, when even after a bad experience with one of your favorite brand products, you still are loyal to that brand. For an example, I was once an Apple Store lover, but then I had a really bad experience with my iPhone and decided to move to Samsung. Even if I was a brand loyalist, I would have never switched brands. I would have just bought a new iPhone. Another example of a brand loyalist customer is when they are fully integrated into the brand loyalty programs, online newsletters, and are always up to date to what's happening in the store. For brands, these types of customers are crucial for their success, and they should always be able to identify them and keep them with them as long as they can. Comparing my type of shopper with the bargain hunter and the negotiator, we can see that there is a big difference between them. My type of shopper will just simply look at the brands and anything else, whereas the negotiator will always look out for the cheapest price, and the bargain hunter will always prefer to buy products with coupons.
A practical shopper is a person who knows exactly what to buy. People buy certain products in purpose to fit exactly the need they have in mind, and in the future, those will continuously be doing their job. The search for how-to videos, getting to know more about the details, photos, reviews of a certain product, and compare prices in many types of websites will win this shopper over. This kind of shopper wants to not only know how it works, but make sure the effort they put into the product justifies the purchase. They have a very strict budget and a certainty of what they are buying and where the product comes from. For example, you want to buy a new UHD 4K TV and you start asking, where can I see the specific TV for sale? I can see in consumer electronics companies, in magazines, or in TV and street advertising. You spend 1 month researching for every brand and UHD 4K models, and slowly you will know what characteristics you want on a TV. It will depend on your budget and your preferences. Once you pay for that product, you can no longer research for TVs anymore. This shopper is not affected by the large amount of slick advertising and subliminal messages instead of other types of buyers, like the bargain hunter, the negotiator, and the brand loyalist that were spoken previously. We can say that the practical shopper is the opposite of the brand loyalist, because the first one searches for one specific product in order to buy what he really needs, rather than the second one, who feel obliged to guarantee loyalty to a special brand. If you know what type of shopper you are, it can really help you stop and think about something you want to buy, and if the decision is the best one you are making. In case you are a marketer, perceived buyer behaviors and types of shoppers can help you hugely in your marketing efforts and targeting consumer in many ways. To sum up, contest is the key word for someone who is a practical shopper.